to Gurudev. This is Radha from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Radha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vardhana Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Is anybody else would like to introduce themselves?
Let's start the recording, Mataji.
Yeah, we can start, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnava. Today Radhanath Maharaj,
One minute, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Welcoming all of you to the Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Radhabhava Mataji. Mataji is going to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 29th chapter, 79th verse. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All goes to Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Mataji, for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. For a brief introduction, I'm handovering the call to Vinita Vrunda Gopika Mataji. Mataji, please take out the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, His Grace Radhabhava Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Dandavat Pranam to all Vaishnava. At G. Radhabhava, His Grace Radhabhava Mataji is the Diksha disciple of Radhanath Maharaj Swami Maharaj and wife of His Grace Adi Kadardas Prabhu. In 1999, she was introduced the Krishna consciousness at Shri Radha Gopinath Temple in Mumbai, Eskon Chowpatty, while pursuing her medical study. She works as a family physician practice in Atlanta, Georgia. Mataji enjoys serving in her Bhakti Vriksha Grupa and also represented Eskon Vaishnavi Ministry for the state of Georgia. She is the mother of two devotional children, Gopal and Maithili, who are following the footsteps of their parents in practicing Krishna consciousness and serving the devotee. And our Radhabhava Gopi is also making such a big cake and welcoming all the Maharaj and senior brahmachari in their home. Koti Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Please accept my humble obeisances. Radhabhava Gopi, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vaishali Mataji and all the devotees on this wonderful Bhakti Sangha group. Please accept my humble obeisances and all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So I feel very privileged today to be here, an honor to be here serving all the great devotees on this Bhakti Sangha. And I would like to thank Her Grace Shama Gauri Mataji for encouraging me to speak today on this Srimad Bhagavatam class. I, however, feel very unqualified to be here before all of you, speaking on such exalted topics, but for the pleasure of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, I will make this small attempt to repeat the words of Shastras and Acharyas and my spiritual master. So, given said that, let us begin with Mangala Charan or the invocation prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today I have been asked to talk about the verse 4.29.79. This is talks between Narad Muni and King Prachin Barhi. So just a recap of overview of what we have done or you all have read before in the previous chapter is that Narad Muni is narrating this story of King Puranjan to King Prachin Barhi, and this is a story of a conditioned soul. And through this story of King Puranjan, Narad Muni is instructing King Prachin Barhi that the condition of a living entity in this material nature, and he's trying to explain the ultimate goal of life in this. Actually, that is the essence of all the Vedas. The Vedas are giving us the gradual understanding that from Karma Kand we go to Jnana Kand and ultimately to Bhakti. And generally, we see that people in this world are interested in sense gratification. So, Vedas are instructing us how to enjoy in this world, and that is the Karma Kanda section. And it's telling us that if you want to enjoy, there is a proper method to enjoy, and you enjoy in a proper way. You want to fulfill your desires, you fulfill them, do it according to the way as mentioned in the Vedas. And the essential understanding of Karma Kand section is that it will lead to enjoyment and the wrong action will lead to suffering. So let us read the verse. It is Srimad Bhagavatam 4.29.79. Atas 4.29.79.
Sorry, Mataji, projecting the correct one.
That's okay. अतस्तद अपवार्धार्थं भज सर्वात्मना हरिं पश्चंस्तद आत्मकं विश्वं स्थित उत्पत्य व्ययतः. Ataha, therefore, tat is that. Apavad artham, to counteract. Bhaja is to engage in devotional service. Sarva Atma with all your senses. Harim unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Paschan, seeing. Tat, of the Lord. Atmakam, under the control. Vishwam, the cosmic manifestation. Sthiti, maintenance. Utpatti, creation. Apyayaha, and annihilation. Yataha, from whom. Translation. You should always know that this cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, everything within this cosmic manifestation is under the control of the Lord. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord. Purport by His Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Self-realization, understanding oneself as Brahman, a spirit soul, is very difficult in the material condition. However, if we accept the devotional service of the Lord will gradually reveal himself. In this way, the progressive devotee will gradually realize his spiritual position. We cannot see anything in the darkness of night, not even our own selves. But when there is sunshine, we can see not only the sun, but everything within the world as well. Lord Krishna explains in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Maya Shakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnanyaschi Tachrunu. Now hear, O son of Pritha, Arjuna, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. When we engage ourselves in the devotional service of the Lord to become Krishna conscious, we understand not only Krishna, but everything related to Krishna. In other words, through Krishna consciousness, we can understand not only Krishna and the cosmic manifestation, but also our constitutional position. In Krishna consciousness, we can understand that the entire material creation is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, maintained by Him, annihilated by Him, and absorbed in Him. We are also part and parcel of the Lord. Everything is under the control of the Lord, and therefore our only duty is to surrender unto the Supreme and engage in His transcendental service. So, as we just spoke a few minutes ago, Vedas are giving us the instructions of how to enjoy in this world. And it is a simple consideration of piety and sin. Piety leads to enjoyment, and sin will lead to suffering. The living entity has been represented here by King Prachin Barhi. And Narad Muni, he took pity upon the king. Why did he take pity upon the king? Because he saw that he was so much entangled in sense gratification, while his son, the Prachetas, were advancing in spiritual life. Therefore, Narad Muni, he saw that the children are engaged in spiritual life and father is still in the material entanglement. So he took pity on him and decided to give him some instructions. Narad Muni also knew that people in general who are interested in material sense gratification, like King Prachin Barha and Barhi, are not open to spiritual subjects. Therefore, he decided to tell them an allegorical story. What is an allegorical story? It is a story that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning. And that is the story of King Puranjan. So King Puranjan was traveling all over the world in order to enjoy himself. And then he came to this tract of land at the southern part of the Himalayas, which is known as Bharatvarsha. And then he came there across this very beautiful lady who happened to be the queen of the city of 9 gates. All this is, mentioned in the previous chapter. So Puranjan was attracted to her. He decided to marry her. And then Puranjan is represented as the living entity who's trying to enjoy the material nature, and this queen is the intelligence, and she's the queen of 9 gates, and the city of 9 gates is the human form. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that the body consists of 9 openings in human body, and also the demigods also have a similar body with 9 openings. The highest form of enjoyment, it comes through the human form and through the form of the demigod body, and people generally try to enjoy in these forms. No matter how much one tries to enjoy in the material world, he is eventually attacked by Yauvana king, Yauvana Raja, that is the fear or death personified. And he has a sister. It is mentioned that he has a sister known as Kalakanya, which is the daughter of time. So this Kalakanya represents old age, and this Kalakanya embraces us in old age and sucks away our vital capacity. And then the soldiers of death come and they defeat Puranjan. And no matter what sort of resistance he tries to give, it all becomes futile. And due to the attack of the soldiers of time, his spirit soul is dragged out of his material body and he dies. And then King Puranjan is transmigrated into another body. So this transmigration takes place in a very scientific way and a very systematic way. It is mentioned in our scriptures and even Bhagavad Gita that the way one is attached to according to the time of his death, he will get his next body accordingly. So Puranjan, at the time of his death, he thought of his wife because he was very attached to her, and therefore in his next life he got the body of a woman. He was born as a princess, and in the course of time she was married to a king. In the next life she was born as the daughter of, or the princess of, King Vidarbha, and her name was Vaidarbhi, and she married a king in the course of time whose name was King Malyadhwaja. Okay, and both of them, they spent a very nice life together. And the king, after following the Vedic standards and after completing his duties, he retired into the forest to take vanprasth. And his wife, princess, king queen, that time Queen Vaidarbhi, she followed him into the forest. And then both spent the time in the forest, and King Malyadhwaj used to meditate on Krishna, and he left his body. And when Vaidarbhi saw this, she became grief stricken and she was very sad and she was left all alone. And she was a queen. So can you imagine a queen left in the forest all alone when her husband is no more? So somehow the other, she arranged for a funeral, and she put her husband's body on the wood, and she lit it on fire, and then she was about to also enter Sati. She was about to jump into the fire. And just as she was about to enter the fire, then a personality appeared there. And who was this personality? It is said that it was an old friend in the form of a Brahmana. And it was actually who? It was the Paramatma feature of Krishna himself who had appeared before uh, Princess or Queen Vaidarbhi. And that is, Vaidarbhi, remember, is Puranjan. So this friend had come to give instructions on devotion to the soul of Puranjan and Vaidarbhi. He instructed her about surrendering to God. His identity has been revealed in the purport that he is our dearmost friend. He is the Paramatma, he is the super soul. And then he explains that you should always know that the cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, this is the identity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dear friends. Vedas give us a clear understanding of everything and tell us how the living entities revolve in the cycle of birth and death. But the real goal is to go back to Godhead. And how can one go back to Godhead? By just surrendering unto Him. And that is through the devotional service. And this is how the Vedic system is teaching a living entity to reach an ultimate destination. And this has been very wonderfully presented by Narad Muni and has also been presented again and again in various scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, that you have to come to the platform of surrender, which is the beginning of devotion. And from there, this instruction has been identified as the most secret of all the wisdoms. And because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, because of their mercy, we have received this secret Vedic wisdom. And that is the most inconceivable mercy we have received, irrespective of our qualification. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in his book Sharanagati, he states in a very nice composition, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori Swapashada Swiya Dhama Saha Avatari Atyanta Durlabha Prema Kori Bare Dana Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana. I'll translate it. It says that out of compassion for the fallen souls, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he came to this world with his personal associates and the divine abode to teach Sharanagati, that is the goal of surrender through principles of devotional service, surrender to the Almighty, and to freely distribute ecstatic love of God, which is ordinarily very difficult to obtain. This Sharanagati is the very life and soul of a true devotee. So, Srila Prabhupada has concluded in this purport by saying that everything is under the control of the Lord, and therefore our duty is to surrender unto the Supreme Lord and engage in his transcendental, loving devotional service. Now, my dear friends, how do we engage in this transcendental devotional service? Now, let us see the process of devotional service that has been explained to us. Our entire sampradaya is based on the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He did not write any big lectures or he did not write big books on the principles of devotional service, except for the 8 verses of Shikshashtakam. But he taught everything to his close associates and disciples and elaborated his teachings and instructions to them. And it was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's nature to give credit to his devotees and to his associates. And it is through the medium of these exalted acharyas, dear devotees, that we are receiving this knowledge about the principles and practice of devotional service. There are many great devotees who have associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and have benefited. But amongst all these are the most prominent 6 Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And out of this, Srila Rupa Goswami is the most prominent among all. In Chaitanya Charitamrit, written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, there is a great historical event which is told and which took place at Prayag. And this is very dear to those who are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is here that where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Srila Rupa Goswami. It was a place in Prayag called Dash Ashwamedha Ghat, and he empowered him to intimately understand the highest of all spiritual teachings and transcendental devotional service principles. And from that time, all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are known as Rupanugas, that is the followers of Rupa Goswami. And we are all Rupanugas, my dear friends. I would also like to describe briefly how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami about the philosophy of devotional service. Since this purport and verse which we are talking about is telling us that we have to practice devotional service and surrender. Let us see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami instructed us how to practice devotional service and the principles of devotional service. So let us go back in time where Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived. There were 3 brothers, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, and Sri Vallabha. And they were the ministers at a very high position, and they were working for the Nawab Hussain Shah of Bengal. And they were given the title Dabir Khan, Sakhar Malik, and Anupam Malik. And they were always crying for devotional service to Krishna. Even though they had huge estates, they had power, they had wealth, they were young and beautiful, they had everything anybody could ever want to engage in material enjoyment and just get lost. But all they did was they kept crying for Krishna. They kept writing letters to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, telling him all they wanted was nothing but Krishna. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after even writing multiple letters, did not respond to their letters. So they were heartbroken, but they did not give up. They kept writing and they kept crying in their heart that all they wanted was Krishna. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard their prayers, and then he decided to go to Ramkeli and he decided to meet them. And there, because he felt the humility through the letters, through the character and the devotion of these brothers, he told them that when he met them at Ramkeli, he told them that you should come to Vrindavan. So Rupa Goswami, he sent a few messengers to Jagannath Puri, and he told them that let me know when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leaving for Vrindavan. And then he was all getting ready with his younger brother Anupam Malik to pack up, wind up everything, and he wanted to just go and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he distributed all his wealth by giving 50% to the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas for the propagation of Sanatan Dharma. 25% he gave to his relatives, and 25% he kept for emergency fund or personal safety. He kept around 10,000 gold coins with a local grocer for Srila Sanatan Goswami. Srila Sanatan Goswami was at that time, he was imprisoned by the Nawab Shah of Bengal. So Rupa Goswami knew that he would need some money when he was trying to escape so that he could join them in Vrindavan. He sent a letter to Srila Sanatan Goswami stating that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left and informed him that he and Anupam are going to Vrindavan. And there, on their way to Vrindavan, they came to a place called Prayag. Prayag is where the Ganga and Yamuna, they are meeting, and it's a very holy place. And when they arrived there, they were looking out for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they saw a huge crowd. They saw a huge crowd near the temple of Bindu Madhav at Prayag. And they then took darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, who was crying in ecstasy with arms raised. He was chanting, and thousands of devotees were surrounding him. And he was just invoking everybody to chant the holy names of the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had flooded the whole of Prayag with ecstatic prema bhakti through the chanting of the holy names and Harinam Sankirtan. So there, from a distance, they got darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then a South Indian Brahmana had invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home for prasad. So Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Vallabha, they came there to meet him. And when they came to the house of the Brahmanas, they again got a nice close darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they were so overwhelmed by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they took clumps of straw in their mouth. And with utter humility, they offered danvats time and again. They just fell down like rods. Again and again, they were getting up and offering their danvats. And they were crying, and with ecstatic emotions, they were offering and reciting verses to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very moved by their humility. It was genuine humility. He could see it. He could see their bhakti in the heart. So he was so pleased to see them that he finally told him, please stand up. Stop giving danvat now. Please stand up. Krishna has been so merciful upon you that they have delivered you from this material life. And now you all are here today in my presence. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them, and then he placed his lotus feet on top of their head. And at that moment, Srila Rupa Goswami, with folded palms, he composed one of the crest jewels of all prayers, which we are time and again reciting in every house, in every town. It is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Twise Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya, O most munificent incarnation, Krishna Prema Pradayate, you are widely distributing pure love of Krishna. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya, you are Krishna himself appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namne Gaura Twise Namaha. You have assumed the golden color of Srimati Radharani. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. And then they spoke for some time with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then decided to stay at the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, and he arranged for a little place for Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabha to be also close to him there. And then while they were staying there, one time a great scholar named Vallabha Bhatta came from Adaila Gram. Adaila Gram was a village which was close to Prayag village, and he is none other than Sri Vallabha Bhattacharya. So Sri Vallabha Bhatta, he was astounded to see the humility of Rupa and Rupa and Vallabha, and he spent a lot of time with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami and Sri Vallabha, and he actually came to know what great devotees they were. And then he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home in Adaila Gram. So they all decided to go to Adaila Gram. But to go to Adaila Gram from Prayag, they had to cross through Yamuna or Ganga. but they decided to go through Yamuna. And while they were on the boat with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then they took off for the village, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glanced upon the nectarian, glossy, bluish black waters of Yamuna Devi, and in ecstatic love, he jumped into Yamuna. He remembered the Vrindavan pastimes with the cowherd boys, the cows, the gopis, Srimati Radharani at the banks of Yamuna. My dear friends, from spiritual perspective, Yamuna is not just a river. She has descended from Goloka Vrindavan, the highest planet at the spiritual world, for the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Our acharyas tell us that Yamuna is a manifestation of Vishakha Sakhi, who is an expansion of Radharani. It is given in Garga Samhita that Yamuna emanates from the left shoulder of Sri Krishna, and Srimati Radharani emanates from the heart, the left side, the heart of Sri Krishna on the left side. And she is the fourth wife of Sri Krishna, Kalindi, and she is the giver. She's also one of the giver of bhakti, the bestowers of bhakti. And our acharyas have written beautiful prayers to Yamuna Devi, praying to her, asking her for bhakti, benediction, and glorifying her. And our dear Rupa Goswami has also written a wonderful Sri Yamunashtakam. If ever you all get time, this is the holy month of Kartik. It is a time to get as much spiritual credits as possible. Please read this Yamunashtakam. It's very beautiful. I'll just recite one verse. Bhratur antakasya pattane bhi pattiharini प्रेक्षयाति पापिनोपि पाप सिंधु तारिणी नीर माधुरी पिरपि शेष चित्त बंदिनी माम पुनातु सर्वदार विंद बंधु नंदिनी. May Shri Yamuna, who is the daughter of Surya Dev, who saves one from having to enter the city of her brother Yamraj, the sight of whom enables the most sinful person to cross the ocean of sin, and the sweetness of whose water charms the heart of everyone, may that Yamuna Devi always purify me. And Rupa Goswami has prayed to Sri Krishna, Chaitanya, and to Krishna that whoever reads this Yamunashtakam, please flood him with pure devotional service. For the person who recites these 8 verses, Ashtakam, with a cheerful heart and who's glorifying you. So the 9th verse is the benediction, the Falashruti of reciting Yamunashtakam. So please, my dear friends, whoever wants to get spiritual credits and benedictions from Rupa Goswami and Krishna, to flood one's heart with pure devotional love, read this Yamunashtakam. They are beautiful prayers to Yamuna Devi. Even Mother Ganga, she's always in awe and reverence of Mother Yamuna, of Yamuna Devi. She is constantly offering obeisance to Yamuna Devi, and she's telling her that she considers her most fortunate. And then Yamuna Devi is very humbled, and she's also praising Ganga Devi. Ganga Devi says that you are so fortunate, you are emanating from the left shoulder of Sri Krishna, his personal body. I am emanating from the toe, but you are coming out from the left side, where the side where Srimati Radharani also emanates. So these were the glories of Yamuna, and with all these thoughts in mind, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu jumped inside the Yamuna, and he could not hold his ecstasy. And seeing all this, the devotees on the boat, they became very fearful, and they thought, how are we going to manage to cross across this entire Yamuna with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu experiencing all these ecstatic symptoms? So they pulled him out of the boat, and they got him on the boat. But when he came on the boat, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to dance, and he was dancing in so much ecstasy that the boat began to tilt, and it began to get filled with water, and it started sinking. It was on the verge of sinking. So the devotees were very scared. Now they requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to please control his ecstasy, and told him that if he didn't do so, they would all drown. So finally, with much distress that was caused around him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu somehow calmed down just enough so that the boat could reach the shore. And there, Sripad Vallabhacharya, at his home, he washed the feet in the Adaila village, Adaila Gram. He washed the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his home. All his family members came. They did his, abhishek of his feet, and they all sprinkled the water from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet on their head, and they distributed that water on the heads of all the devotees and the family members that were present. And in this way, they served him wonderfully. For a few days, he was there. They served him wonderful prasad. They had intimate talks with him. Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were also there. There one very great devotee named Raghupati Upadhyay, who was a learned scholar, a gentleman, and a great devotee of Krishna. He came there to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed him and told him, "May you always remain Krishna conscious. Krishne Matir Rahu." And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that now why don't you recite some verses describing Krishna? And he described some verses which immensely pleased Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One after the other, he was describing beautiful verses. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Who is the foremost of all beings?" And then Raghupati Upadhyay replied, "Lord Shamsundar is the supreme form." Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Of all Krishna's abode, which do you think is the best?" So Raghupati Upadhyay replied, "Madhupuri or Mathura Dham is certainly the best. Of the three ages of Krishna, known as childhood, boyhood, and fresh youth, which do you consider the best?" Raghupati Upadhyay replied, "Fresh youth is the best age." And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, "Among all the mellows, which do you consider the best?" And Raghupati Upadhyay replied, "The mellow of conjugal love is supermost." So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, "You have certainly given a first class conclusion." And after saying this, he began to recite the full verse in a faltering voice. Shamam eva param rupam puri madhu puri vara vayah kaishorakam dheyam adya eva parorasa. The form of Sham Sundar is the supreme form. The city of Mathura is the supreme abode. Lord Krishna's fresh youth should always be meditated upon, and the mellows of conjugal love is the supreme most mellows. So everyone in Adai Lila was inviting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home for lunch. But Sripad Vallabhacharya was very worried. He declined all invitations. He said, "No, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes within Adai Lila, Yamuna, he would have to traverse through Yamuna." And he was worried that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would again, jump into Yamuna and it would be difficult to rescue him. So he decided that he should go back to Prayag and he should receive all the invitations there at Prayag. And so he took him again in a boat, but this time he did not take him through Yamuna. He took him through another route sailing across Ganga. It was a little longer route, but he took him through that route. And there, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went at Prayag, he then decided to instruct Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the most historical event in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. At the Dashashwa Medha Ghat, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Srila Rupa Goswami to come. And for 10 days continuously, he explained to him the inner secrets of bhakti. It is described, just like Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, he instructed Brahma the purpose of the universe and purpose of life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to him the super excellent bhav of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And by entering the heart of Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered him to ascertain properly the conclusion of all truths. He made him an experienced devotee whose decisions correctly agreed with the verdict of disciplic succession. Thus, Rupa Goswami was personally empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear devotees, this is a lesson for us. It is a lesson for us to learn that we cannot understand transcendental subject matters of bhakti simply by intellect or by our own study. It is only by the understanding and proper understanding that when we receive the grace of the God through Guru, then we are personally guided by the spiritual masters and acharyas. So this is an instruction even for us. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began instructing Rupa Goswami. He began instructing Rupa Goswami on topics of Krishna, the subject matter of Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva. And he told him, it is like a vast ocean that has no shores and it has no bottom. And he told him, I'm about to explain to you just one tiny drop from this unlimited ocean. And then he explained that the jiva, the living entity, is 1/10,000th size, a tip of a hair. But that infinitesimal spiritual spark is the life force within all of us, which is the Atma. And that spiritual spark is the part and parcel of Krishna. And the whole purpose of the entire spiritual existence is for the reciprocation of love between the living entity, the spiritual spark, the Atma, and Krishna, and to participate in the beautiful pastimes of Krishna in the spiritual world. And that is the perfection of liberation. And when within this material world, this living being forgets his relationship with Krishna and he tries to enjoy separately away from a relationship from Krishna, this results. The result is that we evolve through these 8.4 million species. This human birth, my dear devotees, is an opportunity to realize our eternal, true loving nature and be liberated forever from birth and death. But a large number of human beings, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, are completely engrossed in material life. And he says that most people who actually take to the spiritual path, they do so simply to improve their materialistic life. And he goes on to say that it is rare for someone to actually seek true wisdom. And for those who are seeking true wisdom, mostly those people are seeking liberation. And it is rare to find someone who's trying to find pure devotional service, which is the ultimate goal of life. And amongst those who are trying to find pure devotional service, it is rare to find someone who has achieved it. And only such a person who has achieved pure devotional service can be peaceful, satisfied, and because it is our nature to love and to be loved by Krishna, there will be peace to somebody who has achieved prema. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on to explain the qualities of pure devotional service. After traveling through 8.4 million species, one gets the seed of bhakti when one connects to Sri Gurudev. So when Gurudev comes in contact with us, the seed of bhakti is sowed. That bhakti lata bij, the seed of bhakti, my dear devotees, is very precious. And then he gives the example that a devotee is a gardener, and the devotee should water this bhakti lata bij by the process of hearing and chanting, so that we could nourish that seed, so that the seed can grow. And through this good spiritual practice of hearing, chanting, association, and good character, if we water this seed properly, then it will grow into a beautiful flower. And the creeper will grow to a point that it will penetrate the walls of the universe. It will go beyond the Viraja river. This Viraja river, it lies between the spiritual world and the material world, and it will go beyond this Viraja river. And then he goes on to say that beyond the Viraja river, he will attain Brahma Loka and the Brahman effulgence then, and penetrating through that stratum also, it will reach the spiritual sky and the spiritual planet of Goloka Vrindavan eventually. And when it goes within Goloka Vrindavan, it will greatly expand, and ultimately it will reach the lotus feet of Sri Hari, lotus feet of Sri Radha and Krishna. And there it will form a beautiful succulent fruit, and that is the fruit of prema. And that fruit is offered at the feet of Sri Radha Sham Sundar. And then the devotee, when he tastes this sweet fruit of prema, this devotee will be happy forever. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to explain, that when he attains pure devotional service, he will be forever happy and satisfied by tasting this sweet fruit of bhakti, which he has himself offered at the feet of Lord Krishna through his practices of hearing and chanting and nourishing his bhakti lata bij. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on to say, my dear friends, all this will happen when you just hear and chant wherever you are, at your homes, at your work, wherever you are. He has given us this sweet, simple process of hearing and chanting. And that is the power of the bhakti which he empowers us with, which he bestows us with. But my dear friends, like every package, every toy, everything we buy comes with a warning. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, with this beautiful fruit which is packed and which we are going to offer at the lotus feet of Krishna, he has given us a warning. He warns us. There's a big warning that comes with this. He says, as we are performing our devotional services of hearing and chanting, along with this Bhakti Lata Bij, weeds will grow. There'll be weeds. Weeds are unwanted creepers, unwanted plants. And sometimes those weeds can be very deceiving. They will look just like the original Lata Bij, Bhakti Lata Bij. And if we are not sincere and if we do not have very good association, we will confuse these weeds to be the Bhakti Lata Bij, and we will water it and we will water it and we'll water it. And as we water those weeds, they will grow around us and they will choke the original Bhakti Lata Bij, my dear devotees. They will choke it. Our bhakti will go. And then we become egoistic, and then we become attached to so many anarthas, and then we start thinking, oh, I'm such a great devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami that there are many such weeds which we hold. The weeds of political diplomacy in our dealings, untruthful behavior, desire for prestige, desire to be honored, desire to make material profits. And one of the worst of the weeds, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, is the tendency to criticize and find faults with others. And he describes this in his garden. He describes that this is a garden where this is a mad elephant. He describes in this garden is a mad elephant, and this mad elephant offends great souls. And how that mad elephant creates chaos in this garden is that we have to he creates a chaos in this garden which we have carefully grown for many years. So we have to very carefully guard against this mad elephant offense, and we should not criticize anybody. So this is the warning that comes with him. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he gives us a solution. He tells us in his Shikshashtakam, in his 8 verses which he has composed, there's one verse which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that we should string around our neck. And that is the verse of Trinad api suni chena, taror api sahishnuna, amananiya manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. If we simply strive by the principles of this verse, the weeds and the mad elephant will never disturb the growth of our bhakti kripa. Just try to be humble, he's saying, like a blade of grass. He's saying, just be forgiving like a tree, eager to offer respects unto others and expect nothing in return. And in this spirit, we can chant the holy names of the Lord constantly. And at this point, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes deep into the nature of pure devotional service. And now he's going deeper and deeper. He's telling us about the principles. Then he tells us about the way how the Bhakti Lata bridge is sowed and then how it goes through. And then he's giving us warnings. And now he's telling us, when he goes deeper, he's telling us the nature of pure devotion service. He's telling us there are 2 categories of pure devotion service. One is the Aishwarya Bhav and the other one is the Madhurya Bhav. And the Aishwarya Bhav, my dear devotees, is pure love for the Supreme Lord that exists in the spirit of awe and reverence, being the pure loving servant of the absolute truth. And the Madhurya Bhav, where our love for Krishna is so deep and so filled with the grace that Krishna, the supreme majesty, the Krishna's majestic, the supreme majesty of Krishna, it recedes into the background, and the ecstasy of our love is offered to Krishna's beauty, sweetness, and wonderful pastimes. So that is a Madhurya Bhav. And he explains that in Madhurya Ras of Sri Vrindavan Dham, there are various other ways this prema can manifest in the different 5 rasas. And then he goes on to explain into depth the 5 rasas. The Santya Ras, that is the rasa in neutrality, the dasya ras as a loving servant, the sakhya ras, that is being an intimate friend of Krishna, the vatsalya ras, that is to love Krishna as your own child, madhurya ras, to love Krishna as your lover, like the gopis of Vrindavan and Srimati Radharani had. And all this is built on the principles of pure, unalloyed devotional service on spiritual platform. And Rupa Goswami mentions in his Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, when first class devotional service develops, one must be devoid of all material desires. Knowledge obtained by monastic philosophy and fruitive action. The devotee must constantly serve Krishna favorably as Krishna desires. And that is, he mentions in that verse, famous verse of Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karma Dhyaya Vritam, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to Srila Rupa Goswami, the highest, the most complete expression of that pure unalloyed love is manifested in Vrindavan Dham. The ultimate culmination of our fruit is to attain the love of Sri Radha and Krishna. And describing these subjects in great details, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, now you go to Vrindavan. He told him, now you go to Vraj. I have taught you everything that needs to be explained. Now you go and you expand upon it and write literatures with evidences to support it from great Vedic literatures. And he told Rupa Goswami, I'm giving Vrindavan to you and your brother Sri Vallabha. You should extract the essence that I have explained from all the great Vedic literatures, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, and write literatures as the basic foundation for bhakti tradition for all time to come. Also, he asked him to excavate holy places, to establish temples and deity worship, and he told him that through your life, exemplify ideal Vaishnava behavior in the renounced order of life. So this is what Rupa Goswami went to Vrindavan, and he, along with the other 6 Goswamis, they took the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Rupa Goswami imparted these instructions to all the various different Goswamis and all the various acharyas there, and all of them were involved in Vrindavan in trying to fulfill the mission of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And with this message, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Rupa Goswami from Prayag to Vrindavan Dham. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. And on his way, while he was returning to Jagannath Puri, he met Sanatan Goswami. And there he instructed Sanatan Goswami for 2 full months. That is another complete section which, if Krishna desires, it will be discussed here someday, so that all of us can know what was the talk between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatan Goswami, just like we have today heard what was spoken between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami. And it is also mentioned in chapter 19 of Chaitanya Charitamrit of Madhya Leela. At the end of chapter 19, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, श्रद्धा करी एक कथा सुने ये जाने प्रेम भक्ति पाए से chaitanya charane. He says that whoever hears this narration between Rupa Goswami and Lord Chaitanya, where Lord Chaitanya is instructing Rupa Goswami, whoever hears this narration with faith and love certainly develops love of Godhead at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So my dear friends, today when you all go pass through this day or through this Kartik, please go to chapter 19 of Madhya Leela and read this beautiful chapter where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Rupa Goswami, and you will get this little fruit where you can get a chance to develop love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And our beloved Acharya Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, is a truly, supremely empowered follower of Rupa Goswami. He took those literatures under the order of his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and under his instructions, he translated all of them into English for us. Nectar of Devotion, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he translated not only in English, but they have been translated into all the major languages in the world. They have all been made available to us. He not only wrote books, translated books, he established temples. He brought people from all over the world to these holy places of Vrindavan, Mayapur, and Jagannath Puri. And by his own example, he taught us how to live and follow in the footsteps of these six Goswamis, and follow in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami and the six Goswamis. So with this, I want to thank all of y'all for being very patient with me and listening to this Rupa Shiksha, which I just concluded, which where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Srila Rupa Goswami about the principles and practice of devotional service. I decided to talk about Rupa Shiksha because the verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, which I was asked to discuss today, talks about how can one practice, and then how can one practice transcendental loving devotional service, and the ultimate aim and goal of life is to do that. So I thought that it would be a good idea if we are coming to know directly from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's instructing Rupa Goswami, whose followers we are, and then whose mercy Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose mercy Srila Prabhupada has distributed all throughout the world to us. And we have these beautiful books with us because of the grace of Srila Prabhupada. So this would help all of us today. So I pray that whatever little I have spoken will help the listeners to at least a small extent in their spiritual life. Please forgive me and correct me if I have made any mistakes. I am very new to preaching. I have attempted to just repeat the words of my spiritual master and my Guru Jan. And on this note today, I will end today's discussion. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for beautiful class, Mataji. It's really wonderful. If anybody have any questions or realizations, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful class. 2-in-1 class this is. We get to hear Chaitanya Charitamrita in Srimad Bhagavatam class. Mataji, I had a doubt. I mean, I had read this part a few days back, and why instead of Vrindavan, Mathura is said to be the best of the land in the world?
Because Mathura actually falls within the Vrajamandal itself. It is not specifically Vrindavan, it is the Vrajamandal that Mathura falls under. So it is the whole Vrajamandal that it is referred to, not specifically just Mathura. It is synonymous.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radhabhava Mataji. It was so
Hare Krishna.
nice to see you and hear from you. Such a beautiful class. I just wanted to appreciate you. It was so nice. I don't have any questions, but the class was so nice. It was so nice to hear from Sri Rupa Shiksha. It was very, very nice to hear from you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Wonderful morning. Thank you so much for coming on the call. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. Very, very beautiful class. You started from the previous chapters, and you narrated the whole pastimes of Puranjana, and then you went to the Bhakti and Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Really amazing, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else has question?
Hare Krishna, Mahabha Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
This
Mataji.
is Kapadi Kidasin.
Hare Krishna.
And very, very nice class. You are very nicely you have explained everything. But Puranjana and then came to Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Everything, but the Dupa Shiksha, Sanatana Shiksha, everything we covered very nicely. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Start my video.
Hare Krishna, dear Radhabhava Gopi, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai.
Yes.
So sincerely you explained, Mataji. I have seen you. You are the backside director of all the Bhakti Ruksa, you are taking care of each and every Vaishnava. I have seen so nicely, and you always backside director of Aji Adi Gadadhar Das. You take all the responsibility of serving Bhakti Ruksha, your home, job, so that Adi Prabhu will come in a front and serve Vaishnava. So happy to see you, Mataji, and so nicely narrating the Rupa Shiksha and how follow and Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given instruction to go Shridham Vrindavan Dham and preach the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and write down the so many books because of Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, Nectar of Instruction, Sisi Chaitanya Charanamrita, and so many books by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We get, and how deforest we are that not reading that books, and so nicely explain about the small there is a Bhakti Lata beach and we are watering. What is the water? That is a Bhakti, that is association of Vaishnava and attentively chanting, and we follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Shri Radha Gopinath. So pray for us that Mataji ये सर हमेशा संतों और भक्तों की चरण में नवा रहे, और भक्ति संगा माताजी, trust me Mataji, doing japa from so many years, but from last 3 years the real essence we understand from the Sisi Bhagavatam and Sisi Chaitanya Charitamrita, especially japa is going very attentively. All credits goes to Bhakti Sangha Matajis and all the teachers. Koti Koti Nidvat Pranam Radhabhava Mataji. So happy to see you Mataji. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Please give your association and blessing regularly. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your kind words. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radhabhava. It was very good to hear Rupa Shiksha in context with this verse. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, dear Radhabhava Mataji. Thank you so much for wonderfully explaining about how Puranjan represents living entity, and then you relating it to devotional service. And one moment, Mataji. And nicely explaining the meeting of Rupa Goswami with Lord Chaitanya, and then Lord Chaitanya's instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami, and how he warned us that we have to be careful not to commit any offenses to the Vaishnavas. And wonderful, Mataji. Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing more from you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Vinita Gandharvika. It was very beautiful class, Mataji. Your smile while giving the class. It's so nice, Mataji.
Yes.
Giving the class. So nice. Very simple words used whole class. It was very easy to understand to me, Mataji. Especially I don't understand big philosophy, but your class was so nice. Thank you so much, Mataji, for such a beautiful. And you recapped the previous 2 chapters for us too. That made me easy to connect what's going present. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Very grateful to you. Please come, Mataji. Please come regularly. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I just repeated the words of my spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Sita Pratidedasi from India. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. We missed you last time. We were so excited that you'll be there, but there was some unfortunate events. I hope everything is settled down now.
Yes,
and we hope to see you more and more again. Just yesterday we were saying that where are the Matajis in the Bhakti Sangha, and today is your class, so it's like very nice. And the philosophy which you explained, Mataji, I know like Chaitanya Charitamrita feels like very easy to understand, but it has such deep meanings, and no doubt it's said as the as the PhD level class, and you made it so easy to understand. The nectar of the essence of the verse was so nicely put up. Thank you so much, Mataji. We're really grateful for your association. You both are serving so wonderfully. So please pray we also have some service attitude, and we can also be of some service, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Bol.
Radhabhava Gopi, we see that you are singing also so nicely. Whatever you like to sing, please sing for us for 1 minute, one stanza.
Some other time, Mataji, we can end the call now.
Yeah, if nobody have any question, can we end the call here?
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, wonderful class, Mataji. Amazing class, Mataji. We can hear 24 hours. It's so nice, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And so simple way you explain Shri Chaitanya Charanamrita.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. This is Hari Parshad Das. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful class.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, brilliant, Mataji. And I second the request for singing one of the Vaishnava bhajans, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Radha Gopi is very shy,
Yes,
so sincere
Mataji.
Vaishnavi. She always stay in the backside. Director, please, Mataji, please.
Maybe I'll just say Yamuna Ashtakam, one more verse. So since we mentioned Yamuna Ashtakam, I'll just try and recite actually. Bhraturantakaस्य pattanebhipatiharini prekshayati papinopi papasindhutarini Neeramadhuribhiyapi ashesachittabandhini Mam punatu sarvadar Arvinda Bandhu Nandini. Sorry, I am not a great singer, but because you all requested.
Beautiful, Mataji. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
I know you
Krishna,
are playing
thank you,
harmonium also very nicely.
Very much for singing.
Respected Radhabhava Mataji, Dandvat Pranam.
Haribol Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Danvat Pranam. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I think we can end the call.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Lalita Mataji, you want to say something?
Well, I walked in and my husband said it was his best class. This is the best class. We love this class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we have Vardhana Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, we have
Thank you.
Parikrama.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji, for wonderful class. We are very grateful to you, Mataji, and we look forward for your association again and again. Thank you so much, Mataji. If you can end the call here, paying obeisances to Mataji and to all the devotees. Vancha kalpatarupyasha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Har Grace Radhabhava Mataji ki jai. Glories to the assembled
Dandvat Pranam
devotees.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Padmasakhi Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Shamagauri Mataji, meanwhile, before we share, can you say something about Govardhan?
Today we are going to go to Govardhan, Govardhan Parikrama, and Govardhan is like a peacock, and it's like a big parikrama today. So,
Mataji, I'm not able to share. Can you please make me the host?
Okay. Sorry, Mataji. I forgot completely.
No, that's fine.
Komadaki Mataji, you want to say something?
No, I don't have to say anything. Sorry that I had that video on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we will be going to Kusum Sarovar and then Narada Kunda, and then Manasi Ganga, Haridev Temple, Dan Ghati, and then Aniyor, Sankarshan Kunda, Gopal Prakartashali, Govinda Kunda, and Madhav. So I don't know. We will be able to. Finish all the things today, but we will try to cover all these places today, which are shown in the map. Okay. So Mataji, you can start the presentation. You see the map here?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So many places are there, and you have to walk a lot of
Yes, Mataji. So, and this will be mostly favorite for most of all of us. Govardhan
Parikrama.
Yes. So it is said that we cannot buy a ticket to Vrindavan and definitely not to Govardhan. We will lead a lot of lots and lots of blessings to go for Vrindavan and Govardhan. Actually, last year I was meditating on that. Like they say, we cannot get a ticket. So how? So evening was my flight. Morning I went to pick my son from school, and I hit my foot to a stone. So what happened by afternoon? I had a mild. It was a mild fracture, but I had a fracture to my leg. Then I was so worried. I have been meditating that we cannot buy a ticket. So what? How should I do? Radharani, you please help me. I was literally praying. Then I had to run to the urgent care. Then they put a small sprint, and somehow I managed to go by Sri Radharani's mercy and all the devotees' mercy. So
wow.
Yes. And then after going there, actually there was a big test. I was walking with the very first day I had a my chappal, and I was walking with that, and on Radha Madan Mohan temple I lost the chappal too. So with that small cast I had to actually walk on barefoot.
In Vrindavan, we are not supposed to walk with our chappals.
Correct, Mataji.
So what we did, when we went to ISKCON temple, and we just put the chappal there, and at night, we were roaming here and there, and we forgot to get our chappal back. And when we went to get the chappal, the thing was locked. So our chappals were there for 3 days. Finally, we got the chappal, so we were, walking without chappal everywhere. So it was so nice.
Yes, Mataji, very true.
It was nice blessing.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't want to wear chappal, but because I had the cast, everybody was forcing, wear, and anyways, that was the story, sweet, when I was memorizing. Yeah. So we definitely need blessings. So we will take the blessings of Srimati Radharani, Sri Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and all the devotees, so that we will be able to enter Govardhan and finish the Parikrama. And I have not even a speck of qualification to go there or talk about it. But as we discussed in the first day, there are 5 things that we get during Parikrama. We get purified. We are showing our devotion to the Lord with these 2 things. Just to show a tiny bit of devotion and get purified, we will start. Yes. So this is the map, and there are actually so many places and beautiful pastimes. See, there is Uddhav Kund, Kusum Sarovar, Narad Kund, Mansi Ganga. Mansi Ganga is actually on the center of Govardhan, on the Govardhan town. Then Haridev temple, beautiful temple, Dhan Ghati. See, it's in Mahansi Ganga is in Govardhan town. Then we'll go a little bit down, Mukaravinda, Yatipura, Surabhi Khund. Okay, so we'll start. Yes. So this is the this is how we see so many. Every day they do Govardhan Parikrama, and they do. I don't even know how they can manage this Dandavat Parikrama. they do with lots of devotion. Please, I will tell you later. Keep sit there. So we'll take blessings to Govardhan before we enter. We'll do a dandavat and we will start going. So one of the names of Govardhan is Satashringa. That means which is crowned with 100 peaks. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his Govinda Lilamrita explains that Govardhan is like a peacock, and two eyes of the peacock are Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, and Puchri is the tail. And Raghunath Das Goswami says that Govardhan is the tilak on the forehead of Vraja. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he visited Govardhan, when he did Govardhan Parikrama, he was like every stone, you know, he was hugging and he was crying. He used to actually wear a shila on his neck. And he used to wear it like a locket, like a necklace. And after that, he gave it to Raghunath Das Goswami. So that's how special Govardhan is. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is wearing in his neck. And that Shila is in Radha Gokulananda temple. Maybe when we see that in the Parikrama, then we can see more details about that. And so let's see how did Govardhan appear in the spiritual world. So how Govardhan appeared was once when Radharani and like all the gopis, they finished their dance with the Krishna. Then Radharani spoke to Krishna and she said, I need a private place. She said, I need a private place. So then Krishna closed his eyes and then he meditated on, you know, he was meditating, and from his heart came a blue effulgence. And from that blue effulgence, when it touched the ground, then it started manifesting like a small stone, then a rock, then a hill. So that is Govardhan. Actually, that was the ecstasy of Radharani. That was of Krishna. That was the love that he had towards Radharani. So through that love manifested this Govardhan. Give me 1 minute. Go, you have a class. Go. Sorry. So that is how it appeared in the spiritual world. And how it came to the earth planet. How did it come to Bharatavarsha? Actually, Govardhan, when Krishna wanted to appear on the earth planet, he was saying to Radharani that you also have to go. Then Radharani was saying that she actually said that no, how can I leave Yamuna, how can I leave Govardhan, I don't want to go, I miss all of them. Then Krishna said, don't worry, they all will come. So actually Govardhan appeared as a son of Dronachal in the Salmali Dweep. Then how did it come from that Dweep to here? So Pulatsya Muni, who was from Kashi, he has been going to, you know, different places, and he went to this Salmali Dweep and he went to Dronachal. He wanted, you know, to, you know, rishis, they do the meditations on the mountains. They feel more, you know, comfortable there. So he was looking for a place, and then he saw this mountain Govardhan, and he felt like, wow, this is so beautiful, so much, you know, greenery, so many fruits, so beautiful. And he was thinking, I will take this mountain with me to Kashi, then I can, you know, peacefully do my meditation. Then Govardhan said, no, how can I come with you? I have to ask my father. So Pulatsya Muni will go and ask Dronachal, and Dronachal will say, okay, you can take. Then Govardhan started. Then Govardhan becomes like a feather, light in weight, and Pulatsya Muni will start carrying. But Govardhan keeps a condition. He will say, if you keep me anywhere down, then I'm not going to come with you. He said, okay. He said, fine. And he was carrying. But as soon as he was walking, and the Vrindavan area came, we know that Krishna wants to stay there, right? So what did he do? He Pulatsya Muni wanted to attend the nature's call. Pulatsya Muni was thinking he can control. He said, like, I am a sage. I can control everything. I will not put you down. Don't worry. Come. But he felt it so urgent that he had to keep him there down, Govardhan down, and then he had to attend the nature's call. Then he washed his hands, he washed his legs, and then when he came back, Govardhan said, hey, remember our condition. I don't want to come now. Then he was a little bit frustrated. He was upset and he cursed, saying that you will reduce by the size of mustard seed every day. That's why because of that curse, initially the Govardhan was 2 yojana, 16 miles, but today on the tallest peak, Govardhan is only 80 feet tall. The acharyas also explain, actually Govardhan feels separation. That is the reason, actually, this curse and this pastime. So with that separation, Govardhan is shrinking. Krishna left the place, right, when he went back to Mathura. So with that separation, it is shrinking, is what the acharyas explain. And that is how actually Govardhan that we are seeing today in Vrindavan had come. And the other pastime is when in Rameshwaram, when Lord Sri Ram was building the bridge, then there was a little bit space, I think 7 kroshas. I don't remember the exact term, but some space, it need to be filled with some stones, some rocks. But then Hanuman was looking like, what should I take? What should I take? Then he was looking, then he found this Govardhan mountain. Then he was like, wow, this is like so beautiful, and it will be perfectly fit in that remaining gap can be filled with this mountain. He was trying to lift, it was not coming. He was trying to see what is the end of the mountain. He went that side, there is no end. When he goes this side, the mountain was extending. Then he understood that this is something, great personality. Then he surrendered and he explained like what was the reason that he came. Then Govardhan immediately told that Lord Ram needs, then you can take me. But meanwhile, from the mount, like sky, the voice speaks saying that Ram finished building the mountain and then filling the bridge. Then Govardhan will feel so bad. I am not able to serve Lord Ram. Then Hanuman will go and he will tell to Lord Ram, and Lord Ram will say, yeah, he's my devotee, so he can come. I have my darshan in this lifetime, or if he waits, then next lifetime I will I'll spend more time with him, so he can make a choice. But then Govardhan will say that no, then it is better I wait, so that the Lord can, I want to have more darshans and spend more time with him. Then that is how now Krishna, we know when he came in Dwapar Yuga, we know that is the best space, that best place where Krishna spent most of his time, with his cows, herding cows. His footprints are always touching Govardhan. So that is how the Govardhan's desire was fulfilled. So now we'll go to Kusum Sarovar. This is one of my very favorite place. So Kusum Sarovar is a place where there are lots of flowers, lots of good nice creepers, and the gopis would come every day. We seen little Krishna where Krishna is there on the top of a branch, and he will be gopis were trying to collect the flowers, and he will go he will not let the branch reach Radharani, and when finally she reaches, he will leave the weight, so she goes up. Maybe the little kids will remember this pastime. So those pastimes happened here, like when the gopis were collecting flowers. Then Krishna was saying that, who are you, like why are you collecting flowers? I am the Vanamali, I am the gardener, you have to take my permission. So like that he used to argue. There is one small temple beside Kusum Sarovars, and the deities like Radha Ban Bihari. There are a lot of deities, and Mataji explains so nicely the pastimes of Radha, the pastime of Radha Ban Bihari. And on the temple, if you see, this is the temple. And this is the altar, and if you see in front of Radharani there is a mirror. They keep it every day. In this pastime also, see, she's having a mirror. So what is that? So when they were ending up in an argument, Radharani collected all the flowers and she kept in her choli, like collected like this. And then Krishna was, saying, no, you can't do this, you can't collect. In that argument, all the flowers fell down. Then they became dirty. Then Radharani was upset. So Krishna cannot see Radharani being upset, right? So what did he do? He said, okay, I will go wash them and bring. But Radharani said, no, I want them clean right now. So with his flute, he dug this water, and in that water he cleaned, and he said, okay, you wanted to use these flowers to decorate a rangoli, and you wanted to decorate all the cow dung rangoli, right? So let me decorate your hair. And he will start braiding her hair, and he will decorate her with the flowers. And Radharani is looking at Krishna in the mirror, instead of looking how her hairstyle is, how the flowers he's like, many times the little girls or even the elders, they get so cautious about how they're looking, how this hairstyle is, how that, how this band is, how that is, how this is. When I was a small child, I remember I used to trouble my mother a lot, like, you didn't put this properly, looking in a mirror. So then that's so the lesson is like that should be our consciousness, always looking at Krishna, always trying to remember Krishna in whatever act. Srimati Radharani herself, she's looking only at Krishna. So that is what she's teaching us. And that's why Krishna here is called as Radha Ban Bihari. He became Bihari here. He became then one more pastime is Narada Muni also became Naradiya Gopi here, because Narada Muni had a desire to see the pastimes of Krishna and the gopis. Then he approached Vrinda Devi, and Vrinda Devi said, okay, you go and take, there is Narada Kund, there we will see in the little bit in few minutes. So what happens, Vrinda Devi will say, okay, you take a bath and go take in Kusum Sarovar, take a dip in Kusum Sarovar. So he will take a dip in Kusum Sarovar, and when he comes outside, he will come outside as Naradiya Gopi in this very place. And Uddhav ji, so there is Uddhav Baitak also, there is on the bank of Kusum Sarovar, there is Uddhav Baitak, like the small deity of Uddhav, and it's being worshipped there. So Uddhav, when Krishna sends him, because the gopis were feeling so bad in separation with Krishna, Krishna sends Uddhav. Then Uddhav comes. Uddhav is a very knowledgeable person. So, but by seeing gopis' love, he feels so humbled. He will think like, these gopis are not having any knowledge, but see that love that they have towards Krishna, and he wishes that he will become a grass or a creeper in Kusum Sarovar. Then that wish is fulfilled. Actually, Uddhav, even till date, he is as a grass in Kusum Sarovar. So what happened once was, when Krishna and the Yadus left this planet, the queens were also feeling so much of separation, like how the gopis were feeling separated, the queens were feeling lot of separation. Then Kalindi, just now Radhabhava Mataji explained that she is none other than Yamuna. So Kalindi was Mother Kalindi was explaining how the gopis heard from Uddhav, and they felt little bit, they got little bit consoled. So they thought, okay, now we should also go and talk to Uddhav. So then they know that Uddhav was as a grass, clump of grass in Kusum Sarovar. So they all will come. The queens will come along with Vajranab, the great grandson of Krishna, and Parikshit, and they will be doing bhajan, they will be doing kirtan. And Uddhav, in the form of grass, was feeling so ecstatic. Towards the end, he reveals his form, and he sits there, and he will be saying Srimad Bhagavatam. But he will say to Parikshit, now Kali Yuga is progressing so much, so you don't stay, you have to, subdue, you have to take care of it, so you go. But Parikshit will be feeling bad that he's not able to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. But Uddhavji will say that very soon, don't worry, you will hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukdev Goswami himself. So don't worry, you please go. And he spoke Bhagavatam here to the queens at this place. So that is the greatness of Kusum Sarovar. It's a very, very beautiful place with lots of monkeys. Okay. So we will see the video of Kusum Sarovar in a little bit time. So Narada Kund. About 400 meters southeast of Kusum Sarovar is Narad Kund, and this is the place where he performed austerities. He wanted to see, I told you, right? Like he wanted to see the exchanges of Krishna and gopis. So this is where he did the austerities. And then afterwards, when he goes as Naradiya Gopi, in fact, Krishna says him to write Narada Bhakti Sutra. So he sat at this Narada Kund and he wrote that book. So this is that place. Okay. Sorry. Then comes Mansi Ganga.
Mataji, the pastime of Narada Muni, like he wanted to enter into Rasalila, and he wanted to see the pastimes of conjugal love. So so Lalita Sakhi said you cannot go like that in Rasalila. So she took her to Kusum Sarovar and took him to Kusum Sarovar, and she dipped him in the water, and he became Naradi Gopi, and that's how he could enter in the Rasa dance.
Yeah. So then Mansi Ganga. So this is again one more very, very beautiful place. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he did Parikrama, he started from Mansi Ganga, and we saw in the map, it is in the Govardhan town. Where is this? See, Govardhan town. Here is Mansi Ganga. So it's in between. Exactly. So around Mansi Ganga, we have Haridev temple. So this is also a very beautiful place. We'll see that. Mataji, I don't know what is the time. Okay, we still have time.
If we cannot finish Mataji, we will do halfway, and then
Yeah, we will stop at Mansi Ganga, Mataji. Then we'll see videos of Mansi Ganga and Kusum Sarovar.
Okay.
So Mansi Ganga. So as I said, this is a very beautiful place. So what is Mansi Ganga? Mansi Ganga came from the mind of Krishna. After killing Vatsasura, the cowherd boys were saying, no, we know that calf, Vatsasura comes as a small calf, black calf. In Little Krishna, we all saw that beautiful pastime. So when he killed Vatsasura, the cowherd boys were saying, no, you killed a calf, Krishna. Now how can we play with you, Krishna? So you have to get purified. We can't play with you. Then Krishna thought, okay, why should I say no to my dear friends? And then he will meditate from his mind comes Ganga. So that is Mansi Ganga. So now what happens? There are some beautiful pastimes here. So one day, I think Sandilya Rishi. Yeah, Sandilya Rishi comes to Nanda Maharaj's and Yashoda Maya's house, and he will be discussing about, so he will be telling about Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Then in that pastime, in that conversation, he says that one time Garuda, he sees a snake, and Garuda, he will, when he sees the snake, Garuda will attack, right? So he will be taking the snake with his beak, and because the snake is so long, the tip of the tail touched Ganga water as the Garuda was flying on Ganga, across the Ganga, or flying. Then the tip of the snake touched, and immediately the snake got the Vaikunta form, 400 form. Then he was narrating about that pastime to Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Then Nanda Maharaj was thinking, oh, then it is like so much, pious place. Like then maybe we all also have to go and take the darshan of Mother Ganga and take bath. So they all will decide that they have to go to Ganga for taking bath, the Vrajavasis, and Nanda, assisted by Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. Then Yashoda Maya, those days there were no hotels, there were no for food. It is a problem, right? So what Yashoda Maya was making nice, foodstuffs with ghee. Dry many times. I remember when I was a kid, when we are going long distances, they would make some food which would stay for longer time. So she was making, and then our dear Krishna will come and he will ask, Maya, what are you making? Then Mother Yashoda will say, you go and ask your father, I am busy doing this thing, you go talk to your father. Then when he talks to the father, Nanda Maharaj says that yeah, we are going to for a bathing in Ganga, that's why Mama is making she's preparing all the foodstuffs. Then Krishna will say oh, why should you go so far to Ganga? There is Mansi Ganga here. Why don't you take bath here? Then they will be confused, like, Mansi Ganga, is it equal to Ganga? So Krishna, they all love Krishna. They will do whatever Krishna suggests. So then he will bring all the Vrajavasis to Mansi Ganga, and when they come, Mother Ganga, she will come on her, what's her vehicle? Crocodile. So she will come on, I'm showing in the picture. So she will come and she will show her form to all the Vrajavasis. Then they will come to a conclusion that yes, this place is non-different from Ganga. So they all will take bath here, and actually this happened on the Diwali day. So on Diwali, everybody, all Vrajavasis will lit all the nice lights around Mansi Ganga. Then what happened was the second pastime. This is very interesting. So what happened was gopis were taking their pot. They go to the other side. They keep going other side of Yamuna. They keep going here, there, right, for selling their butter and yogurt. So one day it was evening and they have to go back to their homes. So they were looking for a boatman. And they came to Mansi Ganga to go on a boat. Then, Krishna was like an old man. He was like sleeping like this. And the cowherd and these gopis were asking, can you please come? Can you please drop us on the other side of Mansi Ganga? Then Krishna will say, no, I am very old and my boat has lot of holes. Maybe, I cannot take you. Then they will say, no, please take us, Then Krishna will say, okay, come, and they will sit. And as soon as they sit, what happened? He will be taking, and the boat is like wobbling. The gopis will get scared, and then they will ask to Krishna, like, what they don't know he's Krishna. They are thinking he's a boatman. So what are you doing? Then he will say, I already told, I am old and my boat has holes and you're all there, so it's very heavy. So you have to throw your pots in the water so that it will become less weight and it's easy for us to.
Mataji, first he says, I am very hungry now, give me butter and milk and everything.
Yeah. So first, yes, he says that. He will say, I'm very hungry. Then the gopis will give their butter, yogurt. He will eat. Then still it is wobbling. He will say that now you throw your pots. Then still again it is wobbling. The gopis will get scared. He will say, now throw your jewelry. You have lots of jewels. It's getting, too much weight. So they will do that also. Still then there's a storm, then their weight is, still it is wobbling. He will be saying, like, I told you my boat has holes. Then Radharani gets so scared, and she will, like, when we get scared, she will be touching, like, oh, I'm getting scared. She will go and touch Krishna like this. Oh, I'm getting scared. Then she will feel his flute. When she feels the flute, she will understand it is none other than Krishna. Then she will tell to all the gopis that this is Krishna only. So they will nicely do one vihar in this Mansi Ganga. So that is one pastime of their Nauk Vihar in Mansi Ganga. And see, I'm showing this picture also. You can see the gopis are throwing the butter pots. Then close to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he took bath in Mansi Ganga and then he visited Haridev temple. That is how it has to be. They say otherwise it is not complete. So I don't remember the exact direction, how to say which side to go, but close to Mansi Ganga only this Haridev temple is there. See, this is the entrance and this is the DT. So what happened was, one time the gopis were waiting at Mansi Ganga to meet Krishna, and Krishna was not coming. So they were saying, Haridev, 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 like that they were saying the names. Then Krishna actually comes in this form, like lifting over the, like we are seeing on the screen. So he comes in this form, such a beautiful form he comes. And this is the nice red sandstone temple. If we go inside, we can see this deity. And this is another view of the temple. This deity actually was established by Vajrana, very beautiful temple and beautiful deity. Actually, there are 4 devs in the Vrindavan. One is Govinda Dev, Hari Dev, then Keshav Dev, and what is the other 4th one, Mataji? Anybody remembers? Hari Dev, Baladev and Mahavan. So there are 4 deities that were established by Vajrana, main deities, 4 main deities, and this is one that we see here. And in around, actually around Mansi Ganga, there is Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir also. Actually, we will see when we go to Radha Damodar temple the pastime. But Sanatan Goswami used to come here every day for Govardhan Parikrama, and Krishna comes and gives him a Shila, so that Sanatan Goswami, because he became old, there is no need for him to come all the way till here. Krishna feels, compassionate that his devotees are taking trouble coming here every day for doing Parikrama, and Krishna gives him a Shila. Right now it is in Radha Damodar temple. So much details we will see during that time. But here near Mansi Ganga, there is Sanatan Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, and Chakleshwar Mahadev was Mahadev's temple, and Chakra Tirtha. Actually, when Krishna was doing the Govardhan Leela, protecting the Vrajavasis, what happens, his Sudarshan Chakra is on top of the hill, protecting from rain, trying to protect because the storm was so much. The chakra is there, and the chakra is still reciting here at the Chakra Tirtha. That is close to Mansi Ganga, and Chakleshwar Mahadev is there. So what happens, once Sanatan Goswami is getting bitten by a lot of mosquitoes when he was doing his Bhajan Kutir, in the Bhajan Kutir when he was doing his bhajan, so he will be leaving that place. Then there will be one person coming and saying, when Brahmana comes and says, no, you don't have to go, why are you going, because of mosquitoes, don't go. Then he will reveal himself as the Chakleshwar Mahadev, and he will say, I will protect you so that there will be no mosquitoes. And even till today, if you go to this place any season of the year, there are no mosquitoes. So that is all the past times in and around Mansi Ganga.
There is a Brahmakunda in the after the Haridev temple.
That Devi's temple, Mataji?
Brahmakunda.
Yeah, correct. No, I'm saying in Brahmakunda, actually, I thought it's something related to Brahma, but do you know the pastime there? But there is no Brahma there. That is, there is another Brahma in another kund, but this Brahmakunda, there is a Devi's deity. Is what I heard. I don't know more pastime about this Brahmakund, but as Mataji said, yes, there is a Brahmakund and a small temple there. Then there is Dangati. We know the pastime. Dangati is the place where the taxes were collected. Krishna used to say, and this place is said to be like peacock has a narrow stretch, right? Like this, the neck. So this Dangati place, they say that it is that long stretch neck of the peacock, of the Govardhan here. Mataji, should we stop here and see the videos of 2? We can continue from
because a lot of places are there remaining.
Yeah, we will not be able to finish.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Please add or correct if there are any mistakes, and I will share the videos of Kusum Sarovar and Mansi Ganga.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, please tell if you're able to hear.